Greetings, fam. Today's video is entitled Ignorant or Stupid. Which one are you? And let me just start by saying I'm not calling anyone ignorant or stupid because I've been both in this lifetime. However, I want to break down the difference because there is one. And I want to thank one of my subscribers, Angeli, who suggested that I do a video on education. And I thought about it and I prayed about it, and then I realized that it goes a lot deeper than just education. So uh, let's just jump right in. And as always, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. God bless you.
I'm going to start with a question. How many of you know the difference between being ignorant and being just plain stupid? Now, I never make it a practice of calling people either one, but I do know those who, by definition, are both. And as I said in my intro, I have been both in this lifetime. So let's take it from the so-called authorities. According to the Merriam-Webster Collegiate Dictionary, one who is considered ignorant is lacking knowledge or comprehension about a specific thing. It also implies a lack of understanding or awareness of a certain topic or idea. Okay, I'm going to give you a prime example. I'm ignorant of modern mathematics and nuclear physics. That doesn't mean I'm a stupid person. I just don't have the knowledge or the expertise in these areas of study. I can also sometimes be very electronically challenged. For instance, there are features of my phone that I never use because I don't know how. And frankly, if I don't need to use them, then I feel like I don't need to learn. The other thing is I really can't tell the difference between an iPad and a notebook. I don't understand gigabytes. And, you know, there's a list of things that I'm not up to speed on. And my personal belief, and as I'm sure as it is with many of you, is that if I don't need it, why should I, stuff my brain full of stuff that I'm never going to use? Some of you take that attitude towards school. Oh, well, I'm never going to need this, so why bother? Okay. Doesn't mean I'm stupid. And in the case of some of you, it doesn't mean you're stupid either. But if you don't study a discipline, then you will be ignorant of it. Now, being stupid, however, is a whole nother matter. According to the same dictionary, stupid means slow of mind, given to unintelligent decisions, acting carelessly, unreasonable thinking, and making poor choices. Now, I've heard it said over and over again that a stupid person is one who continues to do the same thing expecting a different result. To change the results you're having, you've got to change the way you are doing things. And this is where education and certain behaviors come to mind. There are those of you, I remember when I was in school, there were people who always cut class. And as a result, they were both ignorant and stupid because not only did you not learn what was being taught, but you also risk being suspended, and you also risk not graduating, and they also risk not being able to move on in life as a result of not having had the proper education. So while we're young, we do a lot of things that we believe, at the time are cool. But we used to say back in the day, you're a cool fool because later in life, you realize, wow, on the job app, it says, excuse me, your education qualifications, and you don't have any. Where did you go to school? I didn't. What's the name of your high school? What year did you get your degree? I didn't. And people look at this and they're always 99.9% of the time, it's the person with the higher qualifications that get the job. Even the jobs that you think no one else wants, believe me, someone wants. And if you go to these places, these minimum wage jobs, you can sometimes see lines of people applying for the same position. And the managers and the people who work there are taught to get the people with the highest qualifications. Why? Because a lot of people associate education with character. And they feel like if you have completed your education and you have the discipline to do that, then you also have the discipline to do a good job. Now, here are some examples of stupidity. I know that if I keep eating jelly beans, I'll get fatter. I know if I run across the ice, I'm probably going to fall. I also know if I don't pay my rent, I'll be homeless. These are stupid choices. But in order to change the results, I have to change my actions. I have to stop eating jelly beans. I have to walk carefully across the ice. And I have to pay my rent. Now, given there are people who have medical or emotional reasons for making bad choices, but there are most of you out there who are just plain stupid. And I'm not saying that to diss anyone, but you need to wake up. Wakey, wakey, wakey. You're making stupid choices in life. God gives us each a mind to think clearly. He gives us knowledge of himself and his world. He shows us the right things to do. His word is in an infallible guide to making good choices. But he's not going to violate our personal will. So if we do make a bad choice, then we have to take responsibility for our actions. Here are some things from the Word, whereas the Bible speaks clearly about stupidity. In Romans 1:22, it talks about claiming to be wise, they became fools. Now, this is one of my favorite because I have encountered many people who claim to be an authority on something when actually they're stupid because what they're saying and what they're telling others is not the truth. And when you spread untruths and then you have others who buy into this lie, then not only are you stupid, but you're gathering other stupid people with you. You're taking others along with your stupidity because they're people who are so weak, and I talk about this all the time in terms of followers, that they follow whatever's popular. This is how a lot of people get elected because they're spreading stupid rhetoric, and then they've got a bunch of other fools that are just following behind them. It's like the Pied Piper of stupidity. Proverbs 14:16-18 says, one who is wise is cautious, and he turns away from evil. But a fool is reckless and careless. A man of quick temper acts foolishly, and a man of evil devices is hated. The simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. And that goes back to the previous verse. You've got people who are reckless and careless. That's stupid. That's stupid actions. You've got people who have a quick temper and are quick to fight and quick to hurt someone. That is stupid. And then they don't realize also that this makes them hated. You cannot make friends if everyone's afraid of you. So you bullies out there who think that you're, impressing people with your badass act. No, you're steering them away from you. So when you wake up one day and wonder why you don't have any friends, well, guess why? And then you have the simple, which is just another term regarding stupid people. They inherit folly, which means that they are always going to have some type of something going on. You ever see people who are always in some mess? Every time you see them, they caught up in some mess. I had a neighbor. He's very simple minded, and he was crouching in a stairwell. And I asked him, I said, what are you hiding for? And he's like, oh, she keep following me. I don't want her to see me. Now, this man has to be about 40 something years old. And he happened to be talking about a neighbor of mine who happens to be a tranny. Everyone in the building knows it because this person did this transformation while living here. And not for anything, but to act in that way is foolish. You approach the person, you say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be bothered. Please leave me alone. And hopefully it works. And then if it doesn't, well, then you look into other methods. Maybe you need to get an order of protection if it's that serious. But you're not going to be crouching and hiding like you're 10 years old. And so, and then I saw him another time, and then there was some other drama going on. And I'm like, you know what? Really, bro, I don't want to hear it. I really don't. Because then they suck you into their drama. But a prudent person, had he bothered to think more prudently, and it says in this verse, you're crowned with knowledge. He would have been given and had the knowledge to deal with the matter intelligently. Proverbs 12:1 says, and I love the Proverbs because to me that book is full of knowledge of living, of really, it's plain, straight out, a checklist for what to do and what not to do. Proverbs 12:1, whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is stupid. You ever meet those kind of people? You cannot correct them because they know everything. And I once heard the term, the biggest fool is the person who knows everything. No one, I don't care how long you live, you do not know and you never will know everything. And these kind of people, they get mad if you try to correct them. I told y'all in a video earlier about a neighbor of mine who oh my goodness, he has to be the most stupid person on the planet because not only does he just spout off a whole bunch of nonsense, but he gets mad if you try to correct him. Oh my god, don't tell him he's wrong. So it got to the point where we can't even talk because one, I'm not going to sit there and listen to you. And then he has followers. That's what makes it crazy. Some other ignorant, stupid people that take everything he says to heart because he has put himself out there as such an authority. And it would be great if he really was. And it would be great if what he was teaching was the truth and edifying and could help someone. But it's not. It's always some negative, nasty talk or something that don't nobody want to hear but him and the mother fools that follow him. And then he gets mad if you try to check him on it. And this is an old man, but Psalm 14:1 actually addresses this as well. And it says, to the choir master of David, the fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, they do abominable deeds, and there is none who does good. When you're in the company of people who all they do is make it rain in a negative way. I'm not talking about this current term of money. I'm talking about they bring the storm and the clouds to every conversation that they have. There's never anything edifying coming out of their mouth. All they can do is they're either sitting there judging people, gossiping, talking some nasty talk, or something that only others who are corrupt could enjoy. Because a God fearing person is not going to want to be around that kind of talk. However, these kind of people, they will suck you in. Maybe it'll start with a dirty joke, and then it leads into, talking about someone, and it goes on from there. And it just builds up and builds up. And so every time you see them, you already know it's going to be some kind of gossip or some kind of trash. And if you've already have the proclivity to enjoy this kind of thing, then you're sucked right in. It don't take much to suck you in. All you have to be is a little weak. If they see a little opening, they gonna push their way in. And this is why you have to cover yourself. Because this kind of thing, these kind of things, they don't build, they destroy. There's a lot of verses about stupidity. But I'm going to just give you one more. And this is Proverbs 14:7-9. And it says clearly, leave the presence of a fool, for there you do not meet words of knowledge. The wisdom of the prudent is to discern his way, but the folly of fools is deceiving. Fools mock at the guilt offering, but the upright enjoy acceptance. So, in saying that, I want to say to you, people, that you are the company you keep. Now, we all make choices all day, every day. When we wake up in the morning, we choose whether or not to get out of bed. Some of y'all choose to sleep all day. We can choose to go to work, or we can choose to take the day off with an excuse. We can choose what we eat, what we speak, who we hang around with, and whether we are financially responsible. And there's a lot of other choices too. We choose who we're going to marry, we choose who we're going to date, and we choose to stay in situations that are either bad or good. Now, if we are ignorant of a certain subject, we can choose to learn about it, or we can choose to live without it. But when we make stupid choices, that's when we need to rethink our behavior and make a change. The prisons are full of people who made stupid choices. They weren't ignorant about the law. They knew when they were breaking the law what they were doing. But they chose to make the stupid choice. And I'm sure many of them chose to make the choice with the hope that they would not get caught. Hoping for a positive outcome from a negative choice is just plain stupid. In order to reap positive rewards, you've got to make positive choices. I'm not going to dwell too much on this because it's actually 4 o'clock in the morning here in New York. And I chose to get up and do this. This was my choice. Okay, I'm going to end in prayer. Lord, there are a lot of young people out there, even some old ones, who are making some foolish, stupid choices in life. I heard, Lord, from someone that age is just a number. With that type of thinking, well then, a jail cell is just a room. There's so many things in life that the people need to be woken up to and realize that just because it's the popular choice doesn't make it the right choice. Lord, I thank you for the wisdom you have imparted on me and the the direction that you have given me in certain matters. And I thank you for ordering my steps. And I'm so glad to be obedient, Lord, because this is one thing that's missing in a lot of people today is the obedience, Lord. If we could be more obedient when you direct us and give us the wisdom and the knowledge to think a choice over before we make it and follow the righteous way, then we would not have the problems that we currently encounter today. Lord, many people are stepping and following the Pied Pipers out there of evil and stupidity, and they're one step from falling off the cliff and they don't even realize it. So, Lord, I ask you to help the people to see that every leader does not lead properly. They're not good just because they're leading and just because they've got a bunch of people that are following doesn't mean that it's the right way. The road to hell is wide and well traveled, people. Lord, help the people to see that the popular road is probably the wrong road. You said that those who are loved by men are hated by God. And so I ask that you show the people the right way, Lord, and open their eyes so that they will make wise choices in this lifetime, Lord. For whatever time that we have left, we need to use it wisely. Lord, I thank you. I thank you for the subscribers. I thank you for the ministry. I thank you for my assignment. In the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen.